Hey guys! So, I wanted to do this video, and it is about like a week, give or take a week late, but it still counts. And this video is basically me talking about what it's been like being on HRT for 3 months. So, in an earlier video, I said that I started it around December, in like December mid 20s or early 20s, like December 22nd. And so from the time of recording this, it's the 28th of February. So it's been a little bit of time. And I really have to say, first off, I feel so great. And like not just physically, but mentally. And a lot of this is like really big mental changes, but a lot of those mental changes come from the small physical changes that either are occurring or even things that I can see. And I think like one or two things I might be going crazy and I might be imagining myself. But the first thing I want to talk about are some of the physical changes. So when I started this, I was exercising a lot. I had a workout routine for being slim but being like fit. Like I wanted to be healthy, to look healthy, but at the same time not be too muscular but have a little bit of like strength in my muscles. And that kind of stemmed a lot from like all the like RPGs and all the games that I played, where whenever I made a guy character, he was feminine looking, but like guy characters still had muscles and stuff like that. So like that was my opinion of what I thought that I wanted to look like before I realized who I was. So I had a very slim, but I had a really strong muscles around like my shoulder area, my upper arms, and my lower body especially was very toned. So with hormones, I noticed that my muscles have gone down. And at first I thought I was crazy when I was doing a few things, and I noticed things were getting harder for me to do. And I thought maybe I was being lazy, or maybe I wasn't doing it right for whatever reason. Maybe something was wrong with me. And I did some research on that, and I even called my doctor, and I told her, and was like, hey, I'm kind of having a lot of trouble lifting certain things, and it's worrying me. Am I okay? Like, am I gonna die or something? And they assured me that it's normal, it's fine, that a lot of that stuff really changes, and a lot of those changes, depending on who you are, aren't as noticeable as other changes. Also, HRT affects everyone differently, so just because the physical changes that I have now are what I'm going through, it doesn't mean that everyone after 3 months goes through the same changes. Some people go along even further than what I've gotten, and some people are as far as what I've gotten. When I talked with my doctors about a few things, they actually said in some regards I was progressing at a faster rate than like the average, I guess. And I don't know how they determine that average other than just like basic statistics, but I know for some stuff I'm apparently a little bit ahead of the average curve, and that's fine, and that's not anything wrong with you if you're, not at the same area that I'm at. And so going back into some of the physical changes, not only have my muscles dropped down, so I still have like my shoulders, I have kind of broad shoulders. I have broad shoulders, and so I still have that going, but there's a lot of different techniques that you can do where when you're walking, you can kind of like arch your shoulders down, and it takes a little bit of an effort to get used to it, but once you get used to it, you don't really notice it. So when I'm walking around, my shoulders look like this. And you see that this sets a different perspective than when I had it like this. This is kind of more tense, and also maybe my arms are propped up. But if I'm just resting, I just naturally do this now. And so that took maybe a couple weeks of getting used to that. But that being said, this presents like a more feminine figure, and it also gives like more towards that look that I'm trying to go for. So the other things are facial hair. And a lot of people have different facial hair. Mine I was really scared about because I have Italian in me, and Italian people have a lot of hair. And I get really anxious with it. I was super anxious every day going to school, and I shaved every single day, and I shaved so much of my body, and it would take me so long, and it would feel so taxing. And now I have a lot less hair. It's a lot thinner. It's growing a lot slower, thankfully. I still might go into getting permanent hair removal in my face, my chin, and maybe just a little bit around here, around my chest. I still want to wait to see like how long that takes, and like how that ends up looking with HRT alone. And so the next change that I want to talk about physically is body structure. So other than just like some muscle distribution, different amounts of muscle in places where it was normally more, things like that, I've noticed that at first I thought I was just getting fat or something like that, and I was kind of going like crazy. But it is sort of fat, but it's not like bad fat. It's just kind of giving me more of a curve. So if I stand up, then, so I actually wore this shirt specifically to kind of like for this video. So if I stand up and I kind of hold this shirt back a little bit, you see that I have kind of a nice curve here. So like this is my rib cage, this is the bottom of my rib cage, this is my tummy, and then here are my hips. And yeah, I mean, it looks really good, and I was really happy when I first started to notice these changes. Also for like breast development, I have just a bralette on right now. So it's not overly padded or anything like that, like what I normally wear. I normally wear something to get along the lines of like a B cup. I ideally would like to be a B cup, and I'm probably gonna have to do surgery for that, but I also need to wait to see what hormones do with me in that regard. I don't know if having if the workout routine that I was doing earlier, and that I adjusted a few things with it, but it's still the same idea of like body toning and slimming. But I don't know if that previous workout, if that had anything to do with it. I don't think it did. I think it's just my body and how my body is taking these hormones. But as far as like breast development, it's getting about, I would say it's getting to be about filling A cups without the need for anything like that. It's hard to tell for the most part because I only have like a few A cup bras, but most of the bras that I have are padded for B cup. And that's the desired goal that I want to have for myself. Is that's just what I see myself with. Is I think I look really good with B cups. It's not too big, but it's not too small. It seems like it fits my body structure very well, And I did a lot of like experimenting with different sizes and how I felt with those sizes and like what I felt like they did for me for how I wanted to look. Yeah. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is going to be the lower body. And with the lower body, there's lots of changes. Well, not that many changes for me at least, but there's like some starting changes. So I don't know if I'm crazy, but in some cases I feel like maybe in the past couple of weeks I feel like my butt's gotten bigger, and that's not bad at all, and I like that because even when I was in school, I got a lot of compliments towards my butt and everything like that. I was told I have a nice one. A lot of my workout routine is built around like squats and upper thighs and lower body because that's what I liked. And I still like that. So me feeling like I have a bigger butt, I don't know if I'm going crazy, if that's just my imagination, but it feels like I do, and I like that I feel like I do. I think that also helps with how I carry myself. As far as like the front, it's not okay, it's gonna sound personal, but like it's the point of this channel and is expression and talking about yourself, and the topic of being trans is very open. You got to be open with it. Okay, so as far as I am in the front, eventually with estrogen, it loses size and it just kind of gets smaller and smaller. I have not had that happen yet. I will say that from a mental speaking, I don't feel like it's on my mind as much, and that's good. I can more easily ignore it and just pretend like it's not even there until like something stupid happens, and then like I have to notice it's there. But yeah, it's nothing there as far as that goes. So the next thing is going to be mental changes and emotional changes. And this is a big one, because I even started to notice like some mental changes after a month. And the first mental change that I think I was doing research and a lot of people experience is just a feeling of you're like slowly feeling more calm and you're slowly getting less anxious about yourself. You might be anxious about other things, like I'm anxious about I have like some boxes over there, like I'm trying to pack up my room and I'm trying to move somewhere else, so like I'm like anxious about that, right? But as far as me, as far as who I am and how I see myself, I really don't care. Like I'm super happy with myself. I'm very conscious of how I look. I like to look a certain way. I really enjoy putting in that effort to myself on a day-to-day basis and how I look. And it makes me happy when people compliment me on how I look. I get a lot of compliments, and some of them are a little weird, but others are really good. And I overall try to be as optimistic as I can with compliments. A lot of people in my life don't understand everything that there is about somebody who is going through these changes, so they may say one or two things that, like, if I heard from a random person, I wouldn't be so forgiving. I would probably just be like, and I'm gonna leave this conversation now, because I have had people who have asked me similar things to what I have had people in my life ask me or say to me, and I have dropped conversations with them then and there. Because it's very hard to tell from people that you don't know what their intentions are with those comments. And it gets tricky. So it's something that you have to judge yourself. But for me, I don't like being talked to a certain way. I don't like people treating me a certain way. So I usually get rid of those people as soon as possible. But anyways, so mental changes other than just feeling more comfortable in my skin, I just feel better. Like, I feel happier. It's not even just a feeling of the anxiety washing away. It's not like, it's that feeling. I feel a sense of calm and peace in myself, like inner peace. But I also feel just significantly happier. I feel happier leaving this house and wearing what I want, going out somewhere, dressed up how I want, what makes me feel comfortable, what makes me feel happy, and meeting people and talking to people. And for the most part, I don't know if it's, I say for the most part, but I haven't really had too many instances where somebody has outright outed me as being transgender. But I don't know if that's just how I dress, how I look, if people are really paying attention, because a lot of times when I like to go out, I like to go out to a bar. There's a really nice bar in Orlando that I like to go out to, and I love meeting people there. I love talking to people there, and I don't do it for hookups or anything like that. I like to go there. I like the drinks that are there. I like the people that are there, and it's just a fun time. I really enjoy that bar a lot, and it's super fun. Maybe I'll do like a vlog there or something like that. But who knows? Anyways, so as far as that goes, a lot of people will compliment me, and for the most part, I want to think that people just aren't worried and they're not freaking out about it, especially since the type of bar that it is a very safe, it's a very progressive bar. It's in Orlando, which, if you're in Florida, Orlando is one of the best places for people of like the entire LGBTQ community. It's just a very overall welcoming place to you. And so a lot of people, even if people notice you, they're only going to talk to you the way that you feel comfortable being talked to. At least from my experience. I just have really good memories anytime I'm in Orlando. It's a very welcoming place. And I just enjoy it. I enjoy the areas that I go to and the people that I meet. It's just a good time. And yeah, just I feel so much happier. I can't express how upset I was so much when I was in school and even out of school. Like, I took psychology classes, I went to therapists, and like, I can never explain why I was as upset as I was to a therapist, because I guess I was just trying to block it out and trying to, I guess my body or my mind was trying to block out the possibility that this is who I am because of my upbringing. And it's so amazing. I can't get over how honestly I feel. I just feel so much better. Like, how honestly I feel so much better. Words will never do it justice. Or at least my words won't, because a lot of times my words are they're very as they are, so I might come off as being like blunt, or I might come off as sounding like ignorant or silly or whatever. But all my words are like very much me. They're very straight to the point. I don't try to hide things or anything like that. And I can't choose a better way to describe it other than I just feel so much happier. And I have talked with a lot of people that have begun and are on HRT, and how much happier they are that they're doing it. And so, yeah, like, Um, I'm just gonna keep repeating how happy I am. So, yeah, other than feeling more at ease mentally and feeling happier, the last mental change is I feel like my perception of myself has improved. I feel like I thought I understood myself for the most part, and like it was kind of, oh yeah, this is who I am. This is me. I feel like I thought I understood that, but I really didn't, because that perception of me came from me trying to avoid who I am. So it was almost like that perception of me was something that I made up. Like the the boy I was trying to pretend to be, the guy that I was trying to pretend to be, that's not me. I like bought past couple of years before I really like adjusted to it, and I came out to everyone. I tried to wear like really just a lot of my guy clothing choices were really based on like K-pop stars and Korean fashion, where it's very sleek, but it's also not overly masculine. It just looks very stylish. And I still like some of those outfits, just very, very few. And like the nice like jackets and vests that I have those still, and I'll wear them once in a while. Like it's not always the type of look that I try to go for unless I'm trying to pull off like the whole Korean K-pop boy band look. So unless I'm trying to pull that look off, it's not really something that I immediately like go to. As far as what I like to wear now, a lot more things. I can buy whatever I want, and I can be as happy as I want with the things that I buy. I have dresses, I have skirts, I have cute shirts, I have tank tops, I have shirts with a midriff, I have like shirts like these where they're very comfortable, they're very like tight on the skin, so they're snug, but it's not overly like hot. I don't feel like I'm sweating or I'm dying when I wear these shirts. So it's fun. It's a nice little shirt to wear just casually and just to kind of relax a little bit. I was going to do a couple errands today and wanted to just kind of throw something on real quick. So, yeah. But anyways, this is going to sum up my... So anyways, this is going to be my 3-month, I guess, timeline video, the start of my timeline videos too, of my HRT. And I will be doing this every month of me being on HRT, talking about any changes or mental changes, and just talking about me. So, thank you very much, guys. I hope you all have a great day, and bye-bye.